Did the Trojan horse actually exist? Was it history or just a clever myth? Homer's Iliad blends fact with fiction. Let's find the truth. History versus myth. It's one of history's greatest mysteries. We know the city of Troy was completely real. But was there really a massive Trojan War? It started with a promise of peace and ended with a love that would burn a city. A massive fleet set sail, launching 1,000 ships for Troy. In the late Bronze Age, great empires flourished. Vast trade networks connected, exchanging bronze, gold, and precious textiles. At the center of it all sat the legendary city of Troy. Troy overlooked the Dardanelles, a narrow waterway linking the Aegean and Black Seas. Its strategic position made it wealthy, influential, and a potential target for any kingdom seeking greater power. Greek mythology tells us that the war began with a contest among the gods. Paris awarded a golden apple to Aphrodite after she promised him the most beautiful woman in the world. Whether Helen was kidnapped or left willingly depends on which ancient source you read. But every version agrees that her departure united the kings of Greece against Troy.
Whether motivated by honor, politics, or trade, the Greek kingdoms united under Agamemnon. According to legend, they assembled one of the largest expeditions the Bronze Age had ever seen.
Greek mythology says the winds disappeared after Agamemnon offended Artemis. Only after making a terrible sacrifice did favorable winds finally carry the fleet toward Troy. Ancient poets claimed more than 1,000 ships crossed the Aegean. Historians doubt the number, but there is little question that a major expedition reached the coast of northwestern Anatolia.
The walls of Troy were legendary, towering high and heavily guarded. These were real fortifications, until the Greeks arrived. Two massive armies poised for war.
Year after year, the siege dragged on. Both sides launched fierce attacks. Neighboring towns were plundered. But did it really last 10 years? That remains uncertain.
Achilles steps forward, a legendary warrior. He cuts through enemy lines, but Hector watches on. The next battle wouldn't simply determine who was stronger. It would create one of history's most enduring stories. Except, Achilles was about to walk away from the war. The Greeks expected Achilles to lead them. Their greatest warrior refused to fight. That decision would create the most tragic mistake. The Greeks believed Achilles was unbeatable, yet their greatest warrior refused to fight. As Troy pushed the invaders closer to defeat, someone else prepared to take his place. Unable to convince Achilles to fight, Patroclus asked to wear his armor instead. His hope was simple. If the Trojans believed Achilles had returned, they might retreat. The disguise restored Greek morale and forced the Trojans backward. But Hector soon realized the impossible. The warrior before him wasn't Achilles at all. Hector killed Patroclus, believing he had defeated Achilles. Only after removing the helmet did he discover the truth. The victory he celebrated would soon become his greatest mistake. Word reaches Achilles of Patroclus's death. He falls to his knees in agonizing grief. Pure fury, new bronze armor is forged for the Achilles stands ready for war once again. Outside Troy's walls, Hector stands alone. Achilles approaches rapidly across the field. Armies watch in silence as the camera circles, while Troy watches in silence. Achilles returns Hector's body. Priam brings his son home. All of Troy mourns their hero. So ends the mighty Iliad. The world's most famous military trick wasn't described in the Iliad at all. It appeared in later traditions, leaving historians with one final mystery. Was the Trojan horse ever real? The Trojan horse is one of history's most recognizable stories. But here's the surprising part. Our earliest source for the war never mentions it. So where did the story actually come from? The answer begins after Homer finished writing. The Iliad ends before Troy falls. The famous horse appears instead in later works like the Odyssey and Virgil's Aeneid, written centuries after the events they describe. That makes historians ask an important question. Was it a massive siege engine? A clever wooden battering ram? Or an earthquake sent by Poseidon? The true story remains a mystery.
Below the modern ruins lie the many layers of the ancient world. This specific layer is known as Troy 7a. It was violently destroyed around 1180 BC.
Is it history? Or is it just myth? Both tell a story. Whether completely true or partly imagined, the Trojan War became one of humanity's greatest stories. Every generation retold it, adding new details while preserving its unforgettable heroes. After more than 3,000 years, the Trojan War still stands between history and legend. Archaeology confirms a real city. Ancient poetry gives us unforgettable heroes. Somewhere The evidence suggests the Trojan War was probably inspired by a real conflict, but centuries of storytelling transformed it into one of the greatest epics ever written: King Arthur, Atlantis, and Troy. These legends often hide real history. Now it is your turn to decide. Where do you draw the line? Next, we'll uncover another ancient story, where mythology and archaeology collide, and the truth may be even more surprising than Troy.